Hey there, Angel of Galaxy, back with some more channeled messages for you today. As always, I hope you're doing well and you're having a good start to the new year. I just want to thank you, as always, for clicking on my new channel. Any support is very much appreciated. Please like, subscribe. Remember, subscribing is free. Comment, hit that notification button, thumbs up, anything you can do. I'd be very grateful. Remember, Spirit works through us in mystical and mysterious ways. These messages may not go directly to the intended person. They may be talking about someone you know. It could be their love-lost one or a situation around you or them. You just may be that heavenly post person delivering communication where it needs to go. If I say male or female, remember we have both aspects of the divine, masculine and the divine feminine, so please take it as it resonates. Also remember that piggybacking rule, where one soul will use somebody else's message to come in, and it could be a line, it could be a song, it could be a name, it could be anything within that. But if you've just got this feeling, that really makes a lot of sense to me, then maybe that's your soul giving the elbow to the person whose message it originally is and just saying, put me in there. All right, anyway, I hope we get the messages we need today. Let's have a look, shall we? Ooh, okay. Somebody around me at the moment, because I'm seeing red, needs some courage, some kind of confidence. I don't know whether you're thinking of stepping out on your own in a business venture. That's what I'm feeling. It's just a quickie. I'm also seeing the winter solstice, so would that be December? I think it's around about the 21st of December, so this could mean something to you, alright? You think about it, the sun would be at its lowest strength at that point, and because it's the shortest day of the year, so I don't know what that means to you, but anyway, if that message is for you, okay, so maybe that's just how you're feeling, in your lowest strength, which sometimes we can in January, can't we, when I'm filming this. These are timeless messages, by the way. There's no time in the spirit realm, so you know, just you can go back over the lots of videos that I've already done, who knows. And for all those who have just subscribed or are new to my channel, please, you know, go back to the beginning, because there could be something there for you. Right, okay, I've got Spirit are reminding me the other day, while patiently waiting in my son's car, there was like this queue of traffic, and it wasn't moving, but I was kind of nudged by Spirit to take a peek at a large sign above a shop. It was yellow in colour, so I don't know whether yellow means something to this particular person or people watching, right? So this shop was a coffee shop. But what I was really drawn to, it said must in capital letters. That's what it was called, I think. So it's M-U-S-T. And it had day and night written on the window. So as we went further down the road, as the traffic was moving, I was invited to peer at another shop sign that said, phone us. So I've got this young person coming in. It's telling me that it was, oh sorry, trigger warning, the last thing that his loved one said. Oh dear. I was always reminded to call to let my mother and father know exactly where I was at any time. Annoying really, as I wasn't a baby. That's what I thought. I was all grown up and responsible. Never gave it a thought that bad things can happen and do happen. Always thought it'd be somebody else. Oh, you do when you're a certain age, I guess. As you get a little bit older, you get a bit more wiser. Yeah. Alright. Alright, so the shop. Yeah, I'm being reminded of the shop. The shop, a bit further down on, was it next to it? I can't remember now because we were moving a bit slowly, but and it had a stop sign. That's what it was called, stop light. Sorry. I probably wouldn't have noticed these signs, as it only occurred due to the fact we were waiting for the traffic lights to change, so stop sign makes sense, doesn't it? Spirit works for us in mystical and mysterious ways. So for all who don't know, I see signs and synchronicities. I also hear spirit loud and clear, but these are just some of the ways I work, you know. Anyway, this young man is saying, I left to go to a friend's house, but I never returned. My mother was beside herself. Okay, like some souls just don't want to hash out how things happened, okay, because they don't want to upset you again. You know, normally they've dealt with this on the other side, so it's more about us, the ones who are still living and still going through this. So he does not want to talk about the details. So look, I'm going to move on with this little bit of that message, okay? Yeah, he wants to send alright. He wants to send his family and friends a message. Alright. Firstly, he's saying you have cried a river of tears, and the guilt and anger are destroying the family unit. Absolutely no one is to blame. I lied and said I was staying with a friend. You have absolutely no reason to doubt me, as this is something I had done tons of times before. Many times, actually. So, Spirit is saying I have to go back to earlier when I was hearing a song. And when I hear songs, often I will write them down, or I'll have to go and look them up because I don't know these songs from Adam, you know. So that is a saying, by the way, if someone don't understand why I said Adam. But that could be a name too. Alright. So the song goes, it's ever so strange, it's so full of change. Think that you've worked it out. Then bang, right out of the blue, something happens to you to throw you off course. And then you break down. Yeah, you break down. Well, don't you break down anymore. Listen to me, because it's just a ride. It's just a ride. No need to run. No need to hide. So that could mean something to you. It has been too many years that you have suffered. You all have. But he's saying it will continue to be a hellish cycle. It'll take you round and round. Sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down. Don't be scared. Don't hide your eyes. It may feel so real inside. But don't forget, it's time to step off that ride. He knows it's hard to hear the truth, and you don't want to hear that you have to let go and find peace. It's too much to take, and he understands that you are still feeling out of control. Again, he's acknowledging you try to make plans several times a day to pick yourself up, but when it doesn't happen for you, when things don't go your way, you break down again, and he's urging you to listen. Slowly, oh so very slowly, accept that I am gone, and work on those feelings that there's no getting over this, that you have to live with it. But that is the truth. You just got to kind of know that now. I'm still here, still a soul who is very much around you, watching over you. I hear you, see you, and feel you. Please start to heal. Live, laugh, and love again. Do it for me. Oh, gosh. So I'm taken back to the sign that said day and night. So he's been sitting with you day and night. But sometimes he wants you to remember that he is also has a life on the other side of the veil and needs to be there too. Mum, let's grow together, let's heal together. Two souls, there's a lot of love here, who must keep loving and living. I'm being shown the iron shutters on the shop. Ooh, cold. In particular, while you wait. And the sign also said tablet. So while you wait, so he's waiting for you, to come off, sorry about this, but some medication that you're on. Obviously do this safely, with the help of a doctor. Don't just come off something. Okay, so I'm seeing a brown caramel coat. So this could be relevant to you. Maybe this is something you wore, or I don't know, take that as it resonates and leave the rest for someone else. He's saying for him, there's no time where he is. For you, it may seem a lifetime before you both reunited again. Don't feel I'm lonely or lost, as it is within a blink of an eye that we will be embracing each other once again. I ask you find merriment, joy, happiness, as these positive emotions, actions will of course make your life appear fuller. And that life is not a drag, but a blessing. Yeah, sometimes we forget that, don't we? Especially when we've gone through trauma. Wow. I have the numbers 88, 2, 16, 6, 4 and 10. So these may mean something to you. It could be a 10th of a month, a 16th of the month. It could be a birthday, an anniversary. It could be a year, 1988. Take it as it resonates, and you can also mix and match. Could also be door numbers, ages, years, it's all sorts of different meanings to that. Also, there's a lot of people watching this, so if any of their family members are piggybacking on this message, all right. So I've got the feeling that this happened locally, so it would have been where you live as well, or not very far away. All right. He's saying he's finally awoken. I love you all. Send my love to everybody I know. Now, these names could be relevant. There could be people watching, people on the other side, people who went through similar things, somebody in your environment that you see a lot, who knows, but take it as they resonate anyway and leave the rest for someone else. Cheryl, I'm hearing, Bernice, Adam, Ashanti, Joe, Ben, Mendy, Duke, Jarvis, Jem, and I'm hearing Neil as well. All right. And Kathy. Yeah. Sorry, I just thought I heard something else, but it's gone. All right, thank you very much for that. She's pulling her energy away. He's pulling his energy away, sorry. Why am I saying she? There's someone probably here who's a she. All right, sorry. So no, I'm not pulling my energy away. All right. My bad. So we have a lady here in her 40s, she's telling me. She's very thin. But her eyes will have seemed quite large. She may have had that said to her in her life. High cheekbones. Not sure how long her hair is as it's scraped back though. She's telling me she was married to a bully of a man who she had grown to hate. Such violence. Sorry, trigger warning. That she was mind controlled through fear and terrified to have any more children, as it just wasn't a safe place to rear a child. Especially saddled with a father like him. Just one act of violence, a kick or a punch, could have been fatal to any baby growing inside of her. So she decided not to have another child. As the years had gone by, his anger, bitterness and resentment became even more dangerous. She had to get the kids to safety. In the end, he kept finding where she was, and she had to separate the kids to find them a safe place where he couldn't hurt them or herself. I'm sorry, gosh. This separation, my heart is beating really fast. This separation was of course devastating, but as a mother, you try your best to keep your offspring safe, even if it means tearing your own heart out in the process, and unfortunately theirs. Okay. Ever since I've been, I can feel that guilt, torn apart and still scared for my life. Wow. Okay. Right. Scared of her own shadow, she's telling me. Back then, domestic abuse was not something the police took seriously. So to escape all of this was the only way. I finally found it was the only thing I could do. And I'm hearing cloak and dagger moves, so I had to carefully planning. Yeah. It was somewhat successful for me. I'd escaped in a fashion. But all this took its toll, both mentally and physically, of course. The transition meant moving far away with no support. Wow. Oh no. She cut herself off from everyone around her to mainly protect the family. My heart has remained heavy. I couldn't smile or laugh. She was a nervous wreck. I so missed my kids and yearned for them. But I just had to keep remembering they were better off without me. Or so I thought. There was a sickness in my soul. Life was loveless, sad. It was tough, financially, even though I worked hard for what I got. Okay. Her husband passed away before her, she's saying, trigger warning, it was a drunken fight, an unlucky punch, which he didn't get back up from. So that's when she came out of hiding and tried to reconnect with her beloved kids, who by then were of course adults. Only, sadly, it was never the same. They blamed me for leaving them, and that made me die all over again. It's not their fault, she's saying. They were also treated unkindly and struggled in the respective families they were put in. Gosh. Okay, this is heavy. I guess it was no surprise that 3 years later I too became really sick and crossed over to the other side of the veil. I never recovered and couldn't find peace, as I never got to mend fences with my children. It was such a dark childhood living in the shadow of their terrorizing father and the abandonment issues they had to live with due to me too. On this side, I worked so hard on the psychological load I carried. The length of time I'd spent enduring this violence meant heavier karma. After all, staying was a choice, regardless of the situation. I think she's referring to the time she spent being abused. I'm still working on some aspects of this situation. My husband had so much more work and healing to do in life. He had no insight or humility to see what he had done wrong. His spirit took far longer to understand his actions, his life. But she's saying, I was enlightened that I didn't waste my life. I'd actually taken on big karmic payload and made the choice to make bad decisions. I should have not endured for as long as I did. I should have overcome most of it. But I realised that I wasn't as weak as I thought. All right. Oh, she did overcome most of it. Thank you. All right, sorry. She's putting her hand on my shoulder as if to go, it's okay. So she would have been a really caring person, somebody who would have lifted others up, even in these times. I want to send love and tell my children that in every very difficult union we still grow. Our experiences shape us, good and bad. But I did what I did out of love. And I miss you all and want you all to know that. She's telling me that there are 2 of you, all right, who have found love. And her grandchildren are well adjusted too, which fills her with so much joy. Now her clearing her karma will of course help, family members that are coming in. Breaking that chain, I guess, Okay. I have the name June, Kevin, Dickie, Janice, Harold, and Mary. As I say, these names may resonate, they may not, take them as they resonate, if it makes sense. So my next message, I'm here in March. Now March is the 3rd month of a year, so this could be relevant. Okay. The soul wants to speak to a partner who has been left behind, and how he sees that your social circle has diminished, I think is the word, sorry, greatly over the past 10 years. Sorry, those last messages were quite heavy. Making you more solitary. Okay. You have little support, like an intimate inner circle of trusted family, or need love you to make some friends. As your old world fell apart, so did your social circle. Take steps to connect with others. It will open you up to a bigger world. He wants you to know that he is proud of the way you handled these transitory years. Strengthen your inner self, and strength by processing feelings, comforting fears. And all you have to do for that, you kept going in spite of fear. You knew it was the only way. You had courage and discipline. Well done. I have the initials TG, GT, TH, AR, GG, TY, and AB. He's showing me 2 hands, alright? So I'm hearing left and right. So you may have to think when driving what is left and what is right. So it could be a memory of being in a car together, as he thought this was hilarious. So we could have been joking a lot about putting L and R on your hands or something like that, just so you don't get lost. Oh dear. Oh, trigger warning now. I'm hearing Parkinson's disease. So it was tough for you to watch his slow decline. You were, of course, by my side throughout this, and it's okay for you to cry tears without shame. Do not apologize to those around you. This degenerative disease is not easy. I know my mother had that too, so yeah, it's not nice. Okay. My heart goes out to you. get the feeling that there's someone close to you who is self-sabotaging. They need to loosen their grip. Because, even doing that, it takes enormous physical energy and psychological energy to hold on to emotions. Therefore, fatigue and lack of vitality are often freed up once the stuffed down feelings have been released. So remember that. Not sure who this is directed to, though. Take it as it resonates. Okay, so I'm seeing an old car in front of me, and it's a Morris Minor, I believe. It's green in colour, not a very nice green, I might add. Must have been something in that era. A bit like those avocado coloured bathroom suites. So maybe I'm thinking 1960s or 70s, but I don't know. You'd have to look that up. Morris Minors, when did they come out? And I see this wood trim around the back of the vehicle, around the window, I think it is, yeah. Okay. So maybe 60s and 70s, this could be a passing, an age, 60s or 70s. Or a year that you were both happy. Or something nice happened in your life. Could even be a passing for somebody here, yeah. I'm not sure if this was a family vehicle or you knew someone who owned it there. So this person coming in definitely loved to sing, but not sure, saying if others loved to listen. Ooh, a screaming cat maybe. But the names I'm hearing are Robert, Bobby, and maybe take Morris, because that's the name of the car, and that can be a name, could be a last name. And I'm hearing Gillian, I don't know, that's just popped in my head. Benson. Yeah. But he's saying keep your chin up, beautiful. And I'm hearing Newton, so that could have something to do with, it could be a workplace, it could have been a last name, take that again as it resonates. Or a nickname. I hear Carol, Francis. Oh, just heard George in a very deep tone. George. Alright then, thank you.